Hello, my name is Matthew Austin. I am from Bloomington, Indiana. I'm an independent who sometimes leans conservative, sometimes leans liberal, depends on the issue. I moved back to Bloomington in 2017. I'd been knocking on doors for about 15 years, knocked on over 100,000 doors in 20 plus states. I've knocked on tens of thousands, or I've met tens of thousands of Americans from every socioeconomic background, religious background, racial background, and I've learned a lot from that. I even knocked in a rural Republican county in Iowa, and at the caucus, we got 40% of the vote. We unified many, many couples around a politician, which hadn't happened in a while. Personally, I moved back to Indiana because when I was working in Texas, I worked on a company's platform named SunEdison. I've worked in solar, education, and home security. And SunEdison, a $10 billion company, went bankrupt. A couple other startups, including one where I sold solar energy from large solar farms directly to consumers, got shut down. And so I was having a challenging time paying my bills. A lot of anxiety and stress involved in that. And so there was a lot of negative thoughts. I would never commit suicide. However, that did pop up in my head. Moving back to Bloomington, I got to take care of this beautiful tiny farm. And part of the agreement was that I would have rent and utilities taken care of. Essentially a universal basic income for those bills. The stress and anxiety that I had in Texas washed away quickly. I'm a much happier person, and even though I don't have to work so hard, I still do because I like to. As for what universal basic income would do for a community, I fight for it, not because I care about it for me, but because of the tens of thousands of Americans who I've met. It would be a massive, massive impact because all Americans, maybe not all, but most Americans are dealing with a lot of stress and anxiety relating to bills. Having those taken care of every month is a massive stress reliever. There's not very much civility currently in America, and that's because people are stressed. Put cash in their hands, stress decreases, civility increases. Most importantly, a united country is a possibility once again. We want Americans to be happy. We want them to be stress-free, have as little anxiety as possible, and universal basic income is the way to do that. There's not a lot of trust in the federal government right now. The federal government trusts Americans with our own money and the freedom to do with our money what we want to. Then Americans might start trusting the federal government once again. Thank you for listening to my story. I'm calling on Congress to pass universal basic income to build a stronger and more united America. Thank you.